Thank you everyone for joining. This is the Seatrade Global 101 Exhibitor Guide to Success. And we'll be sharing a lot of onboarding information for exhibitors, as well as onboarding information on the operations side, and some things that just like reminders and information that will allow you to really maximize the understanding and their success at the show. So our customer success team is a resource for you. Myself and Catherine Romero, who is on the background right now, will be working to answer questions that may come in during the call. We drive positive outcomes, eliminate pain points, and create the best possible experience for you. So this year we have two great resources for you to be able to access information. We have the Exhibitor Console, which I'll be talking to you further in the slides, and we have Exhibitor Tools and Resources page. So this page basically has additional information, not additional, it has information that we already have on the console that may not require a login. So it will just be easily accessible, and it's on our website. I've provided the link here if you would like to take it from here, but I've definitely provided it in our emails if we've been in communication. So it's just a great resource to be able to get in get information without having to go to your Exhibitor Console. You won't be able to register here. However, you will be able to get some good information that doesn't require a password. Then we go to our Exhibitor Console. So our Exhibitor Console is basically, it was a login that was sent to you in the welcome email. If you do not have this, please let me know by emailing us at the customer success email. So you should have received the email with the exhibitor passcode. We definitely advise that you bookmark this link. Definitely spend a few minutes going over it. If you haven't had an onboarding call with me, then we've already gone through the different tiles and the importance of them, but definitely really good to kind of review it. So you have, when you have questions, to be able to come on a call with me, or just send them along via email. Then you can definitely add reminders to your calendar from here through our deadlines checklist that we have provided in the console. We've definitely also provided here the deadlines and the cost outlook file, which are really useful to you when planning for the event. The deadlines page does have hyperlinks and the deadlines adjacent to them. And the cost outlook basically just talks about what to expect within the logistics process. So really helpful tools that I've hyperlinked here and are also in the console. And let's see, ordering services is also part of this. So you're able to go to any link. Basically, the links here, we have like exhibitor support at Freeman, as well as links within the exhibitor service manual tile. So I'll talk a little bit more about that as well as we move forward. Here is the exhibitor service manual, which is a tile in the Exhibitor Console. So there is a link that allows you to log in through the Exhibitor Console. So you can do that. Otherwise, you can absolutely go through the manual. The manual has the information as well. You can call or email. They will be available to help you in either case. If you've never used Freeman Online, you must create an account if you will be ordering online. And a really good benefit that we provide is for inline booth packages. We do have complimentary booth packages that we provide for you free of charge until February 24th. After that, you must pay a fee to have that complimentary booth package that basically provides you with a table, 2 chairs, and a wastebasket. Carpeting is still required to be ordered through Freeman, but you will be able to have that package available to you. You must complete the form to reserve the package, so it's not automatic. That's really important to remember. And if you don't have that, just let me know. If you don't find it through the deadline sheet, I can definitely provide it for you. And to the right are just some easy access to the vendors that we have at the show, the phone numbers and their emails. I've also hyperlinked these contacts within the deadline sheet. So on to badge registration. We really want you to start registering, but each stand has 4 complimentary booth staff passes per 100 square feet. This information is also provided within the registration part of the console, which is labeled registration. Here on the left-hand corner, you can see what the tile looks like. So you can view the pass options and prices to upgrade to VIP or conference with the latest prices. So currently, we are still within the early bird price point, and so these are the prices that are available to you. Thereafter, we will be moving to the next tier. So definitely, if this is something that you're interested in, please do make those upgrades or do those upgrades within your registration area. So you would go to there's a drop down where it would let you know if you'd like to register with the VIP or the conference option. This would be different from your allocated Expo Pass. And then just touching on visa letters. So for visa letters, these may be requested by first registering and then going into request your visa letter. There are directions within the registration page to do that. And of course, if you're having trouble, just let me know and I'm happy to share some screenshots or explain it to you and then send you that information along. Next, I'm just going to talk about the customer invitation program. We have a new partner that we're working with this year, which will be providing customer invitation programs. If you've worked with us, if you've exhibited with us, in the past, you know that we already have had this service. However, this year it will be even more intuitive and helpful for you to use. So this is just a kind of like an opening page of what that will look like. This should be going out within a few weeks. We will be sending that information to the primary contact. So this is kind of like what the opening page will look like. You invite your customers and prospects to Seatrade Cruise Global for a free Expo Pass. These are some of the invite options you will have. You will receive a promo code with the reg link. This will be an option to email with a web invite, and banners and graphics, and social media sharing, which is really popular. Just going to go into it a little bit more over here. I have a great, this is great, some great information. 76% of attendees enter the show floor with an agenda of which exhibitors they plan to visit. So this is really nice when utilizing this, knowing that this is part of will help within that using these invitations. So with your exclusive promo codes, these allow customers and prospects 10% off all pass types and a free Expo Pass. So you will have unlimited Expo Passes to provide to your network. Banner graphics, ready to send HTML email invite downloads, web invites, and social media tools. And if in a few weeks you don't receive the link, your personalized link, and you are the primary contact, you absolutely can contact the client services information here or me, and I will definitely send it over to you. So this will be all primary contacts of their stands. And here are just some important reminders, just overall about different exhibitors at the show that we want to highlight. So for pavilions, please do submit your co-exhibitors to me. If you need any information about that, please let me know if I can help along that. With that process, you submit your booth built for approvals. That's really important for our operations teams to make sure that they have all the correct information in order to approve or give you feedback on your stand. For new exhibitors, 3 years exhibiting or less, it would be really wonderful for you to familiarize yourself with the ERC so that you're really, the Exhibitor Console, so you're really comfortable with what is on offer for you. I'm happy to go on an onboarding call with you. It really allows me the opportunity to get to know you and your goals and opportunities at the show that you may not know of. So please do schedule a call with me if you haven't already through the Calendly link that is in my signature and in emails for you to easily access. We will have a matchmaking by sector, which will be launching in early March. So once exhibitors are registered, they will receive an email a couple weeks before the show in order to set up their profiles. So if you are an individual who will be setting up, interested in setting up meetings with attendees, that would be an important profile for you to set up. So look out for that. There's also a link to YouTube video from last year on our Seatrade exhibitor resources page for you to access to get a little bit of an idea of what to expect. It does get really busy before the show, and sometimes this information will come in and it will be a little bit confusing because you will have already thought that you have completed your company profile, but this really is your profile individually as part of the company in order to set up meetings. And we have a great partner sector who will be offering an amazing service, so they can definitely are available for questions. For our sponsors, please submit your high resolution logo by February 15, and then thereafter, as soon as possible, begin reviewing your deliverables and all these emails for the sponsor job forms that were sent were on January 20th. So look out for that if you haven't seen it or maybe have missed it. Then the conference agenda, we are all anticipating it, and we're anticipating that it will be available in early February. Please do beware of fraudulent scams. So we do not at Seatrade sell any attendee lists. Seatrade has not appointed any company to call you directly or sell attendee lists. If you have any concerns regarding any emails you receive that please bring this to our attention so that we can forward it on to our contacts. And then lastly here, early move out. So Hall C, if you are in Hall C, there is an early move out. This is really important because the Hall C will need to be available on Friday, March 31st at 6 a.m. If anything is still left in that area, it will be taken away. So we don't want you to have anything lost or stolen, and we just want you to be mindful of this. We are sending reminders if you are in Hall C, so you are aware of it. Please obviously let me know if there's any questions on this. We're really working diligently to make sure that everyone is aware, so there are no one that isn't informed. So please let me know how I can help with that. And then moving on to another really great important part of Seatrade Cruise Global within the console, we provide additional marketing tools if you have a little bit more room in your budget. So we have paid marketing, included marketing opportunities that are complementary, like the customer invitation program and matchmaking. But we also offer smart bundle packages that will just give you, provide you with a bigger impact. So here are some that we have listed that are really great opportunities for you to be a part of more digital opportunities, part of our show. So you can definitely take a look at that on our console. We have it listed, I believe it's under marketing tools. You can look at it, and then we also have lead retrieval, which we are offering basically at the show through registration. However, we have offered some additional smart bundle add-ons. Basically, if you don't know what lead retrieval is, it is a QR code that allows you to scan attendee badges, and then at the end of the show, you'll receive a report of all the badges that have come to your stand. And so this is just a really easy way for you to not have to collect business cards and have everything in one place. So we have, you can definitely just purchase one license through registration, or we are offering 2 bundles where they will provide that and more. So now I'm going to talk about Better Stands. So what is Better Stands and why are we doing it? Better Stands aims to be the vehicle through which we engage our events. Exhibitors are contractors as well as the wider exhibition industry with the future of sustainable exhibition and stand construction. Basically, this is a new initiative about sustainability, and we really want to make sure that we are eradicating the use of disposable structures and achieving zero waste stands. So going forward, we really want to make sure and educate exhibitors of the importance of this, because we are going to be moving forward in this direction. If anyone in operations wants to chime in, if you have anything to add here, please do. This is just something that I really wanted to mention as I approach the end of my slides.
Yeah, it's definitely worth mentioning. Even as show organizers, we're embarking on this journey alongside of all the exhibitors, the venue, all the vendors, to create a better experience for customers and have a more sustainable approach to constructing stands. Changing from disposable stands to ones that are made with reusable materials or a booth that you can use year over year, it ensures easier assembly and dismantling. It reduces construction times. It decreases exhibitor waste by more than 90% on the show floor. If you look up exhibitor waste at trade shows, especially in Europe and other countries, it's, I mean, it's dumpsters and dumpsters full of lumber and carpet. We're really trying to help exhibitors lower costs and have a better experience. So we're just asking people to change from disposable stands to ones that are made with reusable materials or stands that can be used year over year. There's a lot of benefits to this. We do have a lot of partners. So if you're unsure of how to accomplish this, make sure you're talking to your booth builder, make sure you're talking to your EACs. And if you need recommendations for booth builders or you know, a better constructed booth, you can reach out to us, customer service or operations, and we'll get you in touch with teams that can help you achieve your goals for less of a carbon footprint.
Thank you, Carolyn. Yeah,
sure.
So this is really just, you know, we want to make sure that we are all cognizant of this. We are, you know, I'm learning every day about what this means, other than the obvious, that we should definitely be moving in this direction. So it really is a win-win for everyone. So we're definitely happy to discuss this with you or put you in touch with the right people to be able to make sure that this is something you can also take part in and be part of for the future. So just at the end here, our goal in 2025 is basically to have our waste and the key structure of walling and make sure the key structure of walling is reusable. So we're basically just trying to get to really diligently work so that we are making sure that, you know, year over year, we're minimizing those disposable stands and working with sustainable materials and filling that goes into these walls and so on and so forth. So that
we will be checking on site. We'll have some of our floor managers going around and talking to every single booth. We want to know your plan. We want to know what you're building, what materials you're using. We're really invested in this initiative. Like Julie said, by 2025, we're looking to eradicate disposable stands completely.
Yes, yes. And yes, we'll definitely have information. I think we're working on a plan to basically have some visuals for you as well. So look out for that, but just wanted to bring it onto this webinar for you to be aware of. So you can look out for it. Okay, so now I'm going to pass it over to Carolyn, who's part of our operations team and who's going to talk about all of the booth operations and expo logistics.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Julie. My name is Carolyn Reppy. I am one of 3 operation managers for Seatrade. I'll be walking you through the webinar today. We're super excited to have you join us. We're here to support your needs, whether it's pre-show and on site. In addition to the customer service email Julie shared, we also have an operations email. So that's open to anyone that has operational questions. Just know that we're a very collaborative team. We talk nearly every single day. So, you know, if operations can't answer your questions, we'll definitely be partnering with the service team and in the venue in Freeman to get your questions answered. So we'll start off with the logistics timeline. Now is the time to finalize your booth design and submit for booth approval. Booth approval is required for any booth builds, for any exhibitor. 10 by 10 exhibitors, usually they're pretty easy, but there are also rules that govern how a 10 by 10 inline booth can be built. If you're unsure, you know, send us your drawings. We'd be happy to take a look at them. But any booth build over 300 square feet should be submitting a rendering, a drawing, a photo of their proposed layout and design for us to review and approve. You want to review all the rules if you're going to be using an EAC, provide documentation. It's really important. EACs are super special to us. They are critical to the servicing of your booth. We want to know who you're hiring for your booth so that we don't have any interruptions on site with insurance documentation or vendor exclusivities, union jurisdictions. There's a lot of considerations. So make sure that your EAC has the rules, that they're familiar with them. Everything you need to know for EACs is on one document that's linked here. The information is typical, so if you're using a reputable, experienced EAC, they will be familiar with most of these rules and regulations. You'll want to, for the booth approval, we're looking for things like height, hanging sign height, your structural integrity, line of sight violations, fire code violations, display rules. The International Association of Exhibition and Events, they set the guidelines to promote consistency and continuity among North American events. So any variation to those guidelines require approval. You'll see in the exhibit display guidelines, there's different types of booths. They're defined as island booths or split island booths. You'll see all of the rules and regulations are specific to your booth type. So if you're unsure, just get in touch with us. It's better to get ahead of any risks associated with your booth now, as opposed to showing up on site. It's a lot harder to navigate when you're on site. So those are some of the things that you should be doing right now. Soon, in the very near future, you'll need to start planning your shipments. You'll have to refer to the targeted floor plan and schedule your labor accordingly, and arrange the transportation with Freeman or a reputable carrier of your choice. You want to hire someone that's familiar with trade show shipments to avoid extra costs, waiting time, or multiple handling of your freight. You want, this year is interesting because the advanced warehouse rate and the direct shipment rate, they're the same rate. So take advantage of advanced shipping so that your shipments are in your booth when you arrive to set up on your target date. So we'll talk a little bit about the target date in the next couple slides. Now is also a good time to assess your needs. make a list of all the services that you require for your booth. If you're having a hanging sign, if you need your booth approval, if you're hiring electrical, if you're getting carpet installed, you need audio visual, maybe some floral to spice up your booth. Now is a good time to assess all your needs so that you can review all the important deadlines. You do get the best pricing if you pay for all your services in advance. So take advantage of the deadline dates. And then pretty soon, in the next couple of weeks, you want to place and pay for all your orders. That includes all your ancillary orders, as well as furniture, labor, freight shipping, and stuff like that. For the targeted move-in, make sure that you're aware of your move-in date and times. A targeted move-in helps facilitate the logistics between all the vendors and all the service providers. It's a very specific time frame, and our general service contractor Freeman takes a lot of time to set this up to ensure a smooth move-in and move-out. If you look at the little map pictured here, you'll see Friday, March 24th is the first day of move-in. You'll notice that it's all the large booths. So anyone over 600 square feet are targeted to come in that first day. Don't come in if you're a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 20 on that day. It's going to be super congested. And the priority is servicing all the large booths. All the freight needs to get on the floor. So if your truck shows up and you're a 10 by 10, they're not going to send your truck to the dock. They're not going to unload you. Be sure that you know your targeted move-in date and time. Saturday, March 25th are for booths 400 square feet and larger. You can see the little pink squares on there. Those are all 20 by 20 booths. And then Sunday, the 26th and Monday, the 27th, everybody is welcome. So, you know, plan your shipping accordingly. You definitely don't want to, you know, ship your stuff in direct and then have labor standing around waiting for your shipment. So make sure you're scheduling your shipments and your labor in tandem. The exhibit hall, you have till 8 p.m. to move in. You are welcome to stay a little bit later, but once you're in the hall, after 8, you're in the hall. There is no in and out access. So just be aware of that. It's really due to a limited dock space, and then the in and out is all related to security. So we'll move into my favorite part, which is the Exhibitor Services Manual. This really is a great resource for you. We use the manual as our resource. When exhibitors ask us questions, we refer to all the links in this document. So, you know, it's important for you to know that this is the most important document you'll have. All the forms are located on the Freeman website. It includes our show organizer forms, rules and regulations, code of conduct, safety tips, things like that, as well as all of the Freeman forms. That would be your labor, carpet, graphics, shipping, material handling, pricing, as well as all the ancillary services. So you have lead retrieval order forms in there, electrical, audio, visual, floral, everything you need is in that manual. You will save an extra 10% if you place your Freeman orders online in advance. So take advantage of those discounts. They add up really quickly, especially if you're looking to, you know, do carpet, counters, graphics. It's just a really great idea to get ahead of your orders. In the Exhibitor Service Manual, there are rules and regulations that are specific to your booth type. For the inline booths, Julie had mentioned, we do offer a complimentary booth package. So you can get a table, some chairs, complimentary if you order before February 24th. So that form is available on the Freeman website. If you're interested in the booth package, go ahead and sign up for it. You want to order that in advance. Otherwise, after the discount deadline date, you'll have to pay the rate for that booth package to be delivered. If you are a raw space exhibitor, meaning you're an island booth or a peninsula booth, a split island booth, there's some special considerations for you. If you're a complex structure, a double-decker booth, if you're using an EAC. So if you're a raw space, we'll probably talk a lot more. Inline booths are pretty easy. I did provide a link here to download the full service manual. This is my strategy: is I download the full PDF and I use it like I use my car manual. You know, I don't read my car manual like a book, but when I need to find my spare tire, you know, I'll look in there in the glossary and find what I'm looking for. So use the manual in the same way. You know, use keywords to search through what you're trying to find. All the key contacts are in there. As I mentioned, all the ancillary services are in there. The exhibitor service manual is the best resource you'll have on this show, aside from what Julie's team has put together on the customer service side. It's important to know how Freeman can support you. Freeman is our general service contractor. Reach out to them, utilize them. They are a great resource. If they are not providing the service, they can put you in touch with someone who is. They're available to help with all of their exclusive services. That includes material handling, rigging, material handling, any kind of forklift operation services. All the machinery is rented through Freeman. You can also schedule labor to install your booth and dismantle your booth. A lot of times at the end of the show, people are just looking to get out really quickly. You can actually hire Freeman to dismantle your booth, turn in all your paperwork, and get your freight shipped. So if that's something that interests you, reach out to Freeman. They'll help you in that pre-planning process. Freeman also offers support like booth design and graphics, carpet, furniture rental, storage services, transportation. They really do it all. We depend on them for all of our services, and so you will do the same. They can help you with everything. They can even serve as your EAC. So if you need an exhibitor appointed contractor to build your booth, Freeman is an option. You'll want to order your services by February 24th. Be sure you mark that on your calendar. That is one important deadline date. You'll receive a discount on your orders. And again, if you place your orders online, you'll get an additional 10% discount. Freeman will also support you on site. So it's important to know where you go for on-site assistance. There will be a service desk in the northeast corner of the trade show floor. You can see it here. There's a little orange box. Freeman service desk will be back there, as well as electrical, lead retrieval, and some other utility services. This will be your exhibitor resource center on site. So Freeman will be there. They're open for extended hours. They have a dedicated phone number. You'll get to meet your customer service reps. Your empty stickers will be there. You can order on-site show services. If you forget to order some stools, they'll have some items on site for you to rent. It's really important for you to review invoices. They'll be able to go over all of that with you. Really, any of your needs on site, they'll be there. You'll see the Freeman contact number is below, as well as their email. You can reach out to them anytime. They're a great partner of ours, so we hope that you utilize them. We'll move on to complex structure regulations and EACs. If you have a complex build, it's likely you're going to have an EAC, so these do go hand in hand. Freeman is our general service contractor, so if anyone else is planning to build your booth, we need to know about it so that we can collect the proper paperwork. What qualifies as a complex structure? There is a form where all the information about complex structures is linked, so you can check out that page. Basically, a complex booth structure is a booth that's 300 square feet or larger, that has a ceiling, a second level, and can even include enclosed meeting spaces. You'll want to review the rules and regulations for your booth. It gives you all the details you need for complex booth structures and fire code regulations and stuff like that. Complex booths require an engineering stamp and fire marshal approval. The additional approval is not for aesthetic reasons, although we do want to see finished walls. It's really for everyone's safety. The approvals consider weight load limits, smoke detectors, stairway guardrails, maximum capacities, and exiting requirements. You can always reach out to us if you have questions about your complex booth structures. We can put you in touch with the right people. especially if you need that engineering stamp. If you're using an EAC, whether you have a complex build or not, there's a couple steps that you'll need to follow. First, you'll want to notify show management and submit the EAC form. We just need to know who you're using so that, again, we can collect the proper paperwork. We are looking for certified insurance, so we'll want to collect that before you arrive on site. Step 2 is to have your EAC fill out the paperwork so that we can collect their documents. You'll want to inform your EAC of the rules and regulations, and then send any inquiries to SCG operations at Informa. Again, if you're using an exhibitor appointed contractor that is reputable and familiar, they should be really well equipped to be your exhibitor service contractor. They'll know what to do. This is pretty standard. We'll move on to shipping and handling. So shipping is the over-the-road transportation of your materials, and material handling is the actual handling of your materials. So if it's warehouse to the show site, to your booth, storing your empties, returning empties, loading your outbound carrier, it's all the handling. The rate for material handling is per pound. Freeman will handle exclusively all of the loading and unloading at the dock. They can also provide transportation over the road shipments. You'll have to reach out to them for an individual quote. Advanced shipments start on Wednesday, February 22nd, and the last day to receive advanced shipments is March 17th. So in that window of February 22nd to March 17th, make sure that your shipments arrive to the advanced warehouse. Any of the direct shipments, you'll want to refer to the target floor plan. I do recommend that you ship to the advanced warehouse. You can confirm your shipments were received, and then, as I mentioned, your freight will be in your booth by the time you arrive to set up on your target date. There are some risks with shipping direct. There is a marshaling yard process on site, and there's really no way to tell what time your truck would be delivered. So if you ship in advance, you've got a little more certainty, but either way, the pricing is the same. So all the $1.23 per pound applies to shipments that are sent either to the warehouse or at show site. So make a decision that is best for you. Exhibitors can hand carry their items. So if you want to go in and out the front door, you can do that. You're not allowed to use any motorized equipment or dollies, no electric carts, but you can hand carry your materials in. Anything coming through the dock will be handled by Freeman, and material handling pricing will apply. When you arrive, please wear closed-toed shoes for safety and comfort. It is a work zone. There's boards and nails and crates and forklifts. Sometimes I'm surprised we don't have to wear hard hats because it can get pretty crazy on site. So we will be enforcing a closed-toed shoe policy. Anyone that's wearing sandals or flip-flops will not be allowed on the show floor. We've communicated this with our security, so everyone's on board. It's for your safety. So just please make sure that you're wearing closed-toed shoes. Freeman carpet will be laid prior to your arrival. So it can be a tripping hazard on site. So just make sure that you're watching where you're going and just being delicate with your steps. You'll want to make sure that you bring all your tracking numbers and your order confirmations. There are a lot of vendors that you're going to be working with, and there is a little song and dance on site. So the electricians will lay your electrical before they lay your carpet, before they put up your booth. So make sure that you bring everything with you to help that flow, and then just confirm anything that may have gotten missed by any vendors. You'll want to check and make sure everything arrived at your booth. So if you shipped freight, make sure you have those records. Make sure you do a quick check of everything that has arrived. when you get on site, you'll have to store your containers by using empty stickers. So you'll go to the Freeman service desk and get empty stickers. Empty stickers are color coded based on your booth location. We really are trying to hustle out all of the exhibitors from Hall C, as Julie mentioned. So we're trying to return all those empties first so that those exhibitors have a chance to get out early. So just make sure that you're collecting the right color empty stickers so that you get your freight returned in a reasonable amount of time. It does take a long time to return empties. So it's hard to be patient, but it will take a couple hours for all the freight to get returned. So at the end of the show, if you want to go grab a bite to eat, or leave for a little bit, that you are welcome to do so. Just make sure that you're taking any valuables or things that could go missing with you. If you order any kind of labor, make sure you check in at the Freeman service desk so that they have someone available to you. And then if you have any questions about their furniture, you can always go to the Freeman service desk. Again, everything is prioritized based on the target move-in. So any questions that you have about scheduling, the Freeman service desk would be able to put you, give you an idea of when that stuff would be delivered.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in and give Carolyn a break. So I'm going to just talk about the know before you go communications. So 2 weeks out, we are sending just to look out for sector specific updates, your target move-in plan. The mobile app will be up and running. Make sure that you have your badge requirements all registered. Check out your exhibitor resources as we are updating them constantly. So we definitely try to provide that information for you. Sometimes daily, but definitely weekly basis, we add information there. And then 1 week out, just want to make sure that this communication will be going out, but registration hours will be provided. We do have this information on our forms, on customer success in the registration area, as well as in the exhibitor service manual. There'll be parking information provided, access to the Freeman mobile app, FAQs, and the welcome reception information. This will be at the Hilton Arena opening night, but we will have more details about that. The show floor receptions that will be happening, and also this information will be in the agenda as it's provided. However, just look out for these communications because they will be really just helpful in having you plan out in a little bit more of a, instead of a frazzled state, kind of just putting you in an organized fashion. So yeah, we just provided some examples here of what those emails will look like. Of course, if you don't receive anything, you can let me know, but it does help to whitelist the email address because sometimes these emails do get go into spam or places we can't find them. So definitely that will help if you whitelist it if you haven't already. And just some information here, our contact information, Carolyn, my information, as well as the rest of our operations team, Angela Price and Jennifer Burns. Jennifer Burns has been really active in answering your operational questions through our team inbox. So I definitely have worked with her on our emails. So you might have already spoken with her to get your EAC questions or architectural designs questions answered. And of course, Catherine Romero is my right hand, and she assists me with working customer success as well as everything behind the scenes to make sure this show runs smoothly, as well as for rebooking. So that will be on site in the sales booth. And then here we just have the show hours provided for you and registration hours. We really look forward to seeing everyone at Fort Lauderdale this year.
There might be one more thing worth talking about. You did touch a little bit on parking. So
Yep.
we do advise taking ride share services. I love driving everywhere, but they are doing some construction around the convention center. We did reserve parking spaces, so you will be able to park a vehicle, but if you're able to leave your car at the hotel and Uber over or take a shuttle, we highly recommend that. And then there is some VIP parking. So if you're not a VIP yet and you plan on driving, that's just one more incentive because you will have easy access in and out of the parking garage. So if you have any questions about parking, please let us know and we can help you get you where you need to be.
Yes, and we will be providing shuttles, I believe, from our hotels that we have provided in like discounts to. Is that correct, Carolyn?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, so definitely good to know if you're staying in one of the hotels from our hotel list, that will be included. Okay, well, thanks so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure speaking with you and sharing this information. I hope you found it useful. I definitely learn some new things every time I do it. So thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.